Yeah, we'll definitely see about that, Giacomo. I can say, if anything, this was a huge gut punch to the Warriors here tonight, especially a team who had pretty much gone through the postseason unscathed. I mean, this was a team who is undefeated on their home court, or was undefeated on their home court throughout the playoffs. But let's talk a little bit more about some of these fans out here. Matt, I saw some Kings fans out here, and it's been a long time since Kings fans have been able to enjoy a playoff game.
Well, we could say that we saw Kings jerseys at an NBA Finals. We can at least go that far. Yeah, I saw a couple of fans in the crowd, someone wearing a Tyrese Halliburton jersey who's going to be, or is currently now a Indiana Pacer, but still a Kings purple jersey. And then I saw a couple De'Aaron Fox jerseys out there, so we know there was some Sacramento representation, not just Sacramento Warriors fans, but Sacramento Kings fans as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. That just goes to show you how broad the fan base is and how much it does travel. Clearly, we know that Warriors fans travel well as much. There's a lot of Warriors fans in the Sacramento area as well. But with that being said, if you're Steve Kerr, what are you telling the Warriors in the locker room right now as you get ready to come out for Game 2?
I'm telling them that be careful, because the Celtics weren't at their best, but we clearly weren't at our best either. The Boston Celtics deserve a whole hell of a lot of credit for how hard they've worked and how composed they were in this game. The Golden State Warriors had multiple points in this game where they looked like themselves. They looked like they were going to be able to create separation. We saw enough flashes from the Warriors to know that dominance that we're used to seeing from there, that's still there. And again, the Warriors are very difficult to beat 4 times. There's still a lot of series left. Great opportunity to bounce back in Game 2.
Absolutely. This is a great team. Obviously, this is their 6th time to the finals within the last 8 years. Clearly, that's no fluke at all. And I actually caught up with a Warriors legend and Hall of Famer Chris Mullin, who actually talked a little bit about how special this team is, the makeup of this team, the culture of this team, and why this team has been able to have such success over the last 8 years. Take a listen to what Chris Mullin told me.
I think Steve Kerr said it best. Everyone talks about culture, and that's culture is the people that are involved with the organization, from ownership to front office management and coaching staff and players. But you don't have culture unless it can survive adversity. So this team, Steph, Clay, and Draymond now have been together 10 years in the Bay Area. They've survived adversity because of their tremendous talent, of course, but also their personalities, their passion to play, their competitive spirit, and doing it together. I think it all starts with, you talk about the dynasty of the Boston Celtics, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Chicago Bulls, and now the Golden State Warriors. All great teams with great role players, tremendous coaches, but each team is significant with one player. Those Showtime Lakers, Magic Johnson. The Boston Celtics, Larry Bird. The Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan. And here with the Golden State Warriors, it's Steph Curry.
The interesting thing he talked about there is how every dynasty team, you have that star player. He talked about the Bulls with Michael Jordan, Steph. And, a lot of times when looking at Steph's legacy, we know he's a back-to-back MVP. He's the only player who won the MVP unanimously. So Steph Curry clearly has the accolades, but the one thing that Steph does not have is an NBA Finals MVP. This is someone who's won 3 finals and does not have 1 Finals MVP. So with him coming out tonight and having this incredible game, a game-high 34 points, in the first quarter, he was unconscious, couldn't miss a shot. And to see him, okay, he's on his way to winning the Finals MVP, and to basically get his gut punched like this was pretty tough one.
Well, to see him go from that 21-point first quarter to 0 points in the second quarter, that's really what allowed Boston to climb back into the game the first time. But really, the argument of NBA Finals MVPs, I understand it. I think it's a bit nitpicky because in reality, Steph Curry has changed the way we look at the game of basketball. He's changed what a good shot is in the NBA. Look at the amount of threes the Boston Celtics took and hit in that fourth quarter in order to pull off this win. Those kind of shots don't happen. Al Horford stepping out in the corner and shooting threes instead of banging down low. That doesn't happen if Steph Curry is not an MVP and a Hall of Fame player in the NBA.
Yeah, definitely gets a lot of respect. I would probably say that Steph Curry is one of very few players in the league, maybe Trae Young, that as soon as he crosses half court, you have to guard the guy because clearly you know what he can do with the ball in his hands. Now, a lot of things, just a lot of flack that the Warriors have got as well. Remember, their last 2 championships were won with the guy by the name of Kevin Durant here. Really, it was only their first one of their core group where they did not have Kevin Durant. So, in a way, the Warriors are kind of hungry, I would say, to win one without KD there, because everyone's saying KD was the makeup of this team, and Kevin Durant was a 2-time final MVP in 2017 and 2018 when they did win. So it would be some form of, I guess of acknowledgement or just accolade for them to be able to pull that off without Kevin Durant.
Absolutely, and you can see this team has a chip on their shoulder even though they lost tonight. And one of the things that really stood out to me in this game, Kevin, is what the Warriors have done so well. Yes, they have the superstar in Steph Curry, and we know his supporting cast of Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. Andrew Wiggins has stepped up in a major way. This Warriors team has gotten this far together, but it was the Celtics as a team tonight who pulled off this victory, with Al Horford stepping up, Derek White hitting some massive threes, even Pritchard hitting some threes, not just the Jason Tatum show, Jaylen Brown leading the way as their leading scorer. This was a team win for the Boston Celtics. We're not used to seeing the Warriors get out-teamed.
Yeah, exactly. It rarely happens. In the meantime, we were waiting for some of the players and coaches to go up to the podium. We're being told that none of them have been able to go up there at this particular point in time. So, with that being said, remember, Toyota Sports Extra, this show is every Sunday night at 11:35 right here on ABC 10. And of course, we will have a post-game show after every NBA Finals game. But here we are, game one. The Celtics come to San Francisco, absolutely stun the Warriors. Any final words, Matt?
We got ourselves a series. I think we knew we were going to have something, but now we know we got something. I can't wait for game two.
Well, Matt says we got something, and I agree that we got something cooking and brewing here in San Francisco. I'm Kevin John. He's Matt George. Stick around. A special edition of your news on ABC 10 is coming up right after the break.